Hello there. It's the weekend again. Hope you're all getting ready. My Sarah's on a late shift again tonight, so she won't be home till about 8 o'clock. So the weekend won't start until she gets home. Anyway, what a week I've had. I don't know if you remember, I told you about I went to Burton Constable Food and Craft Fair last weekend on the Sunday, I think it was. And anyway, I bought some coffee. I do remember telling you about it. It was some Peruvian coffee. Now, a long time ago, I went to Peru on one of my ships. We stopped there. It was an oil tanker, actually. We stopped there for a bit, and we had a couple of days alongside. So we had a day off, and quite a few of us went into town. Anyway, I bought some coffee, and we came back and drank it on the ship, and it was such nice coffee. I've just never been able to find it again. But this coffee that I had from Burton Constable just wasn't quite the same. I mean, it was nice enough, and it was, as it said on the packet, the tasting notes. There was quite a bit of caramel taste to it, and a slight citrusy kind of mellow. It was quite a mellow coffee. It was something that you could probably drink all day, just to keep you going, really. I've taken notes because I sometimes forget what I'm going to tell you. You know what it's like. Anyway, so that's what I've been drinking. I put a photograph in for the coffee beans and an espresso that I had, just to get your mouth watering a bit for the coffee. Then on the Monday, the bank holiday Monday, I went to Hornsey Mere again. I don't know if you remember, I think I did a video on it last year or the year before, where Hornsey Mere is a big natural lake belonging to Wassand Hall, which is like a bit of a stately home further away from the... Anyway, this hall backs onto the lake, and where we were was part of the RFA base back in the early 1900s, where they used to keep lots of seaplanes. There was a bit of a festival thing, whatever going on, and they were showing off these new innovations, these new aircraft, these seaplanes were landing there. Anyway, the RFA took over and built some outbuildings, which I'll show you a picture of right now. Yeah, they had some posters as well. I didn't take any pictures of the posters, but those buildings is now a little cafe and a little tiny gift shop, where one of you lucky viewers will get a postcard soon when I get round to doing it. So busy these days. Anyway, there's quite a lot of the old-fashioned seaplanes there, and those buildings that you've seen were part of the aircrew accommodation and some workshops. But now it's all about boats. They've got lots of little bit of rowboats for the you can go and rent a rowboat and go for a row around the lake. Anyway, I haven't done that yet, but I need to do that. I need to take Sarah out. She could do some rowing. Well, I'll just sit there at the back with my little umbrella. Yeah, she can sit at the back with the umbrella, and I'll do the rowing. Anyway, I then went on and took some pictures, more pictures of ducks, and lo and behold, there were some goslings, little tiny baby geese. These were the Canada geese. There was some grey lag geese there this time as well. So we had the grey lags and the Canadian geese, and as long as with the mallards and the rooks and the crows, whatever they are, and of course dozens and dozens of seagulls there as well, all young seagulls, of course. And people are feeding a lot of the birds bread still. I thought people knew better than to feed the ducks bread, because too much carbohydrate in a feathered friend's diet can lead to complications. What they call angel wing, if you ever see a duck or a goose with its feathers sticking all over the place, that's what they call angel's wings. And it means they can't fly anymore because their feathers are sticking in the wrong direction. And that's all down to the carbohydrates in the bread. So that's something to avoid. Anyway, so we got the new fridge during the week, and we've we've packed it full of food. Well, like we say, we had to go and rescue all our food from our friends and neighbours who were taking in some of the food in their freezers for us while we sorted our fridge out. And of course, me being me, was too tight to take the old fridge away. So our old fridge is still in the front garden, and I don't know if you have one in your area, but we have a rag and bone man that comes round, and we only found out the other day that he doesn't take fridges, which is a shame because I thought I could give him a bit of business. It's nice to see that people are doing this recycling stuff. They take your old garden rubbish. Say you got your chairs and metal chairs and stuff like that. They'll take away and recycle that metal, but they won't do fridges because of the gases involved. It wouldn't actually take much for him to reclaim the gas from a fridge, but most of the fridges these days are sealed, so when they fail, they fail. You can't really top them up with fresh gas, which is a shame, really. But the ozone depleting gases are long gone now. We don't have them on board ship, but we used to in the olden days. I'm digressing, of course. Now I'm gone off on a tangent, but in the old days, on the big container ships, we used to get through quite a lot of gas. Not only just for the fridge containers, but also for the air conditioning units as well. On some of the ships I was on, there's only a couple of them, actually had what they call blown air refrigeration, where they would circulate this brine, which is salty water with chemicals in. We will circulate this around at minus 40 degrees centigrade around the cargo holds, and of course that would then blow across these heat exchangers, blow air across, and then blow that air into the containers, rather than having individual refrigeration units on each container like they do nowadays. These were all individual, multi units. Or the whole hold was chilled down to about minus 40. Damn cold, I tell you, damn cold. Anyway, but yeah, we used to get through quite a lot of gas, and of course our main route was around Australia and New Zealand, and we would go from Cape Town round to Australia, New Zealand, back round the South Pole, back to Argentina, and then back up to the UK. And of course, where was the biggest hole in the ozone layer? You've got it over the South Pole, where we used to do a lot of our shipping back in the day. So, but on a good note, the ozone layer is actually repairing itself. This ozone that we call it in the atmosphere isn't actually, it's not the same as the ozone that you make in your air conditioning units, where you can sometimes make an ozone to kill the bugs. That's a slightly different ozone to the ones that you can make using electric plates. But anyway, it's starting to repair itself. So that's on a good note, the ozone layer. Of course, when we didn't have an ozone layer, that's what led to a lot of the evolution that we got today, because the atmosphere, the ultraviolet light, would actually damage and change the DNA in creatures, which led to a lot of evolution. Anyway, I'm digressing a bit. I mean, this is all going back to schoolboy stuff. Anyway, so what else have we done this week? I actually been out and did the garden. I didn't do any gardening yesterday, although I should have done. I actually put my feet up, stupid boy. But I went out. We did quite a lot of gardening on the Wednesday. We cleared the front garden. Yeah, we around the fridge that's stuck in the front garden, waiting for the council to come and collect it, because it's going to cost us 30 quid. But because we're paying 30 quid, we can take 5 items. So I've got quite a few items here to go. I've got an old camp cooker that Sarah absolutely hates, because it was petrol. Used to put unleaded petrol in this cooker to cook my food when I went camping. So anyway, we've got an electric one now, which we tried out last year, and it was bloody fantastic. It really was. It was no more of this having to pump up the pump the air into the fuel tank to spray the petrol in and burn it. Anyway, she absolutely hated the camp cooker last year, the year before when we went camping. So anyway, we've got this electric one now. So the old petrol one, that's going to go down the tip. The one of the cool boxes that I used to have, that stopped working, so that's going down the tip as well. And what else? Oh yeah, one of these George Foreman grill things where you put the meat between two hot plates and it's supposed to drip all the fat out. Anyway, it never worked. It was one of these singing or dancing ones. It didn't do what it said on the tin. It was absolute waste of money, really. So, but after a couple of years of trying, we gave up. So it's been in the cupboard for about 5 or 6 years. So that's gone. That's going to go. And my old suitcase, that's going to go as well. And over there we've got two garden chairs that are worse for wear, so they're going to go. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to buy a new garden chair, camp chair for the garden. Anyway, that ain't going to happen now. Got a silk scarf instead. Anyway, yeah, enough about that. Anyway, so that's it. That's been my week. At the end of this, I'll put in some pictures of the goslings and, of course, more ducks. It's always nice to see a bit of duck, isn't it? But on Monday it wasn't a particularly sunny day, but I managed to get a few shots in the sunlight, and I've edited some of them. One of the photographs, where there was pictures of some boats, there was quite a few things in the picture that I had to take out, and I'm beginning to learn how to use Lightroom for the iPad. This is I don't know if any of you ever tried it, but it's like a photographic app that you can enhance and take away things from your photographs. Like this thing had a red and white chain looping across the front of the boats, and I'll put a picture of that in as well. But yeah, but you got to have a look at the goslings. The goslings were so nice. And no, they don't taste of marshmallows. I know they're a bit fluffy, but yeah, they're not really marshmallows. Anyway, sorry about the noise. The washing machine's on, and you can probably heard a bit of gurgling going back on, because that pipe there runs down to the drain where the washing machine comes out, and it's a bit noisy. Anyway, so that's it. The weekend starts now. So get yourself a glass, pour yourself a gin with a tonic, and tell me all about your worries in the comments if you want to. Anyway, that's it. So catch you all on the next one. Like the shirt. These are palm trees, by the way. Yeah, you know where you are. You're the one that's going to moan about my brightly coloured shirt. So good on you. See you later. Bye then.